shoes, world on my shoulders, a heart full of blues out in the dirt, down in the dirt.
Today's live stream is brought to us by another channel that just started recently making content, and she does a very good job at it. Go check Meg's channel out. Meg, thank you for everything you do. You'll love her channel. We do.
What's happening?
Nothing. I did. Hold on. I can't see comments right now. There we go. You got it?
What?
Can you see comments?
I don't have comments opened right now.
Okay.
I do now.
Today's raid parade, right?
Yep, today is the raid parade. Desert Adventures in Arizona, first member up in here today. Howdy, howdy. Yeah, it's Friday, raid parade day. Short little video, walking around the desert, telling you our plans. Johnny Matilda, another member in here today. Timothy Painter, hey buddy, howdy, howdy. That's a channel y'all need to go check out. Real Robert Rockwell, howdy, howdy. Melanetti Living Free Zip Code List, howdy, howdy. Hope y'all still running their playlists. And caught up. Very good, very good, very good, very good. My pillow is not cutting it today. I don't know why. Kaylee, howdy, howdy. What's that? Oh, yeah. I'm not having a very happy day today. I get on Facebook and I see this teacher that was very, very mean to our son. And I don't mean, and our son, pretty tough kid. She was a teacher for 30 years. She just retired. I thought they fired her a long time ago. I can't stand this woman. I can't.
Well,
I despise this woman.
Think of the good note. The parents are going to have her.
Her name is Pucell. But the kids and all the parents called her Poopcell. Here's why. She hid behind Indiana's law that she couldn't be fired because she had so many years in, some tenure law or something like that. So she was a horrible teacher. She put our kid behind a walled desk. The only thing our kid wouldn't do is his schoolwork. He was not mischievous. He didn't cause trouble, wasn't disruptive in the class. He just would not do his schoolwork.
No, he did it. He got bored after. He was doing more.
Because he was kind of like me. A little smarter than the grade you're in, and you get bored with that. In kindergarten, I was reading the Chicago Tribune at 3 years old. I got bored with school pretty quick. He kind of went through that. And she stood him up in front of class one day and called him stupid. He's never going to amount to anything. Our little neighbor boy was in his class. I tried to get that kid to lie one time to get into the drive-in. Save us a few bucks, you know. I couldn't get that kid to lie. He told the lady his age. That kid would never lie. That kid came over one day and told me
with his mom.
With Tracy. His mom and said that what that teacher said. The janitor heard it. The county cop heard it. We had meetings upon meetings upon meetings with this teacher. And with the principal. The way her and the principal was acting like them two had something going. She couldn't do no wrong. But yet she ran up and down the hallway, never was in that classroom with them kids like she should have been. Just BSing with the other teachers. Oh, I despise this woman. I do. It called me and Becky horrible parents because we were after her to get her to do her job. But when Indiana did away with that law, I thought they got rid of her. And then I see today that she got a big award for 30 years of teaching. Yeah. Been my award. It'd been one of them emoji poop piles. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. And we had other teachers warning our son, asking the school board, please transfer him.
Max, yeah.
Yeah, Matt, yeah. Our daughter's teachers, ahead of our son, was wanting our son. I mean, oh yeah, this teacher gets under my skin badly. She ain't a teacher. That's all there is to it. She ain't a teacher. But that's enough of
Hear you.
a rant. Well, I let her have it today on Facebook. I'm about ready to go on that public site and said, "Oh yeah. Hey, that fourth grader that you called stupid is now working for Delta, making more money than you'll ever make." Oh yeah, I hate people that treat kids that way. I really do, especially when they're young and like that. She could have actually ruined our son's life, which is probably what she was out for.
Well, plus she was treating them like they were high schoolers or college kids.
Yeah,
Some of the stuff that she was wanting them to do, his little friend Brandon's mom was just learning in college, but she expected them to do the same thing. She shouldn't have been in the elementary grade at all.
She shouldn't have been a teacher. Period.
Well, her own nieces and nephew didn't like her, so.
Yeah. That's I forgot about that. That's right.
Because Lauren, she was sorry that happened to Cody, and that was her niece.
Good morning, Catherine Cook. Howdy. Omer spray painting their bed frame. Oh. May not see the comments. Well, he's advanced. That's why he got bored. It's very easy to do with a kid, and to treat a kid like that because he may be smarter than you. That's uncalled for. And I'm not saying this because the way she treated him, but Cody was actually smarter than her. It's just the kid's knowledge, and he's still that way today. It's just the kid can tell you anything about history, anything. It's just I'm very proud of him, and I'm glad he didn't let this teacher ruin his life.
What it was the school didn't want to test him either. So when we had the big powwow with the superintendent, his third grade his second grade teacher, his third grade teacher, and first grade. And then one teacher that had never had him, and Mrs. Awal, who was the school counselor.
Yeah.
And I went to school with her.
Yeah.
And there was, I think, one other teacher in there. But we had the school counselor on our side. The other teacher, Miss Hines, who had never had Dakota but knew what kind of parents we was, on our side. His second grade teacher, Miss Williams, and his kindergarten teacher.
Hey, Captain Billy J. Treble.
The dare officer who knew me and Roy also was on our sides. But we were up against his third grade teacher, that teacher, the superintendent, the principal, and I think somebody was there from the school board too. I can't remember.
It got even worse, guys. They tried to tell us that our kid was disruptive. They said he wasn't disrupted. He wouldn't do his schoolwork. So they told us that he had, what was that, ADHD?
Yeah.
We had to take him to a doctor.
We
took him to our doctor. Our doctor said there was nothing wrong with him. And that school, 900 kids out of the other two school districts that had like 3,000 kids in them, our school had the highest percentage of kids on Ritalin. Well, our doctor didn't put him on there. So we sent Cody to school. What did the school do? Started giving our son other kids' Ritalin. Believe that? That was, oh, yeah, they did that.
No.
Huh?
Well, they did put him on Ritalin.
Wait. They did do that.
We had Cody on Ritalin after my mom and dad died. He just couldn't focus.
When the school forced it.
And our family doctor said, we'll do it to get him through the end of that year at third grade.
Oh, remember? That's right. Yeah, because the school pushed for it.
He just couldn't focus. I mean, he lost my mom and dad within 1 month and 1 day. You know, he was always going there. So He had a hard adjustment, and the doctor said, we'll play along with this little game. The baby goes, summertime, he's done. We're not putting him on it during the summertime. And I said, all right. 4th grade, we got the runaround. We wouldn't put him back on it, And his 3rd grade teacher told this 4th grade teacher that he needed to be on it. And I said, we're not doing it. The doctor said no more. And so they recommended, what was it, like 5 psychologists, children's psychiatrists. I took him to all 5. All 5 said no. He needed stricter classroom. Parents were doing what they could from their end. And the school counselor knew we were pulling our hair out with this teacher. She wouldn't call you back. She wouldn't email you. She wouldn't update you on how he was doing in grades. And then you get his report card and it was straight Fs. This kid went from a B student down to Fs in her class. Hello? Problem. So we ended up, it was right after my mom and dad had passed away. It was January. We went with this big powwow. And because they had the school board on her side, which she had friends on it, and the superintendent, all of them were saying that we couldn't pull him from that school. He had to stick it out with that teacher. And I said, we both said, so in other words, you're going to let him flunk him out because you don't like him. And they're like, well, we can't switch teachers. And Miss Max was in there. She goes, I've offered to take their son. Miss Hines, who never had Dakota, said, there's something not vibing between the two. He needs to be placed with another teacher. Miss Williams had him. Same thing. And the kindergarten teacher. You know, we had 3 teachers that had known Dakota, and they still would not move him. Yep, this school was bad for it with her.
She got a farming community. Everybody knew everybody, and it was just a big clique, is what it is. And yeah, we were up, and we had a pretty big battle. But
she pretty much said we were too hands-on with our kids. To me, I would rather have a parent
howdy.
wanting to know what's going on with, you know, at least we were trying to get to the problem. Yeah. And come to find out, if she didn't like your kid, that kid had a really bad school year with her. She didn't like Brandon, remember?
And she's hates adventures, howdy. Yep, she didn't like Brandon because Brandon told on her.
And Tracy and Dennis, his parents, wouldn't put up with her either. But we ended up pulling all 3 kids out. And that's when we started the homeschooling. And when he started with that teacher in the Indiana Connections Academy, she worked really hard with Dakota to get him out of that funk. He thought he was stupid because of her. Remember, she talked to us in a private conference. She goes, he's very intelligent. She goes, I just can't get him to do it. And then we had to explain to him what that teacher had done. And she goes, she scarred him. He thought he was stupid or dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he didn't understand a lot of math problems, but man, he could do English.
Yeah, math was one of the weak points.
He could do English, no problem. Social studies, science, art, all that. Math was his struggle, but he wasn't stupid. He was overthinking.
Mammy. We love teachers. We do. Yeah. There's great teachers out there. Yeah. You just got that one every now and then that's like a bad apple.
Our oldest daughter, thank God, had really good teachers. They worked with her, helped her. If there was a problem, they wasn't afraid to get a hold of us. That's where Miss Hines come in. She knew we were hands-on parents, and she told them, we need more parents like this, trying to get to the root of the problem. Yep. And you're smacking them out of the way. But Dakota's, he didn't do well in the high school stuff. He didn't like the swapping of teachers. So we let him do the GED program, and his GED guy, remember what he said? He's an overthinker. He goes, this boy can do algebra, he can do geometry. He had a little bit of trigonometry thrown at him. He says, but when I give him a basic math problem, he can't do it. He's overthinking that simple stuff.
Yeah. But yeah,
Yeah,
I'm happy.
I'm
he's
just glad
he's
I
a
didn't
success
have to
story the
deal
way
with
I
it.
see it. That's the way I see it. He's a success story that could have went
So,
bad from fourth grade. I'm glad it didn't though.
well, who we pushed him to do better. Remember?
But yeah, kind of. But he really didn't need a whole lot of pushing though. He
No,
had the
but
knowledge.
we didn't let him give up too, Roy. No,
No,
you need that education. You need that education.
well, that teacher helped him out too.
Yeah. And then the GED guy, I mean, he like
Yeah.
you said, I broke it down. I know what his problem
I mean,
is.
it was a fight through school with him because of that teacher, and then we
Hey,
just
Danny
let him
D.
go get his GED, and it worked out great for him, and that's what he wanted to do. And like I said, now he's making more money than that teacher will ever have.
And he's getting ready to do another step up too.
Working for Delta. So,
Yep.
hey, GGM Crates, howdy.
He is talking about right now. He's what they call a ramp agent. Means he loads your cargo in. But if he becomes what they call an ALA, it means he won't be the one loading. He'll be the one we call it directing and all
Supervisor.
that. Yeah, something like that. Now he was that for United at South Bend.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, he
Delta
started
pays
out with
more.
Delta, and then went to United, and then Delta went hunting him down and drug him back over to Delta.
Yep.
Catch up, come over here.
Yep. I mean,
You gotta wait till after the live. Come on.
we knew
Okay.
how should we put it? My mom always stood up for me, and so did my dad. Now, if I did wrong, oh yeah, I get it.
Hmm.
But when I'm trying to contact the teacher and she won't answer a call or a simple email, and then Roy tried talking to her through the school and she would never call back, we knew there was something going on and she just didn't want to deal with us. Yeah.
Great guitars. Yeah, very bad teacher.
And Dakota too, that's another thing with him. He self-taught himself the guitar, didn't he, Roy?
Yeah. Man, they're just chilling. Howdy.
So we knew, he could have went to college. He just hated the school stuff. He could have went to a trade school. He just didn't like the classroom environment. I think it was, and he wasn't that way until he had her.
Yeah. Stay over there.
But he got through it.
Yeah, said I'm very proud of him. I mean,
Yep.
Like I said, that teacher could have ruined his life just by saying you're stupid. You can tell that to a child.
Called him an idiot.
That should have been grounds for termination right there, because there was janitors, there was other teachers that seen it. Students.
But at the time they had that what he caught because she had been a teacher for so long there.
I think it was like after 8 years or something, then they couldn't be fired.
She knew she was untouchable.
They had tenor or something they called it. I
'Cause
think
we
Indiana did away with that. But
we weren't the only parents that were struggling with her either. Tracy
no, there was a bunch.
Dennis, I can't remember the other little boy.
There's too many to name.
There was like 4 other kids in that classroom along with our Dakota. So 5 kids out of 20.
Oh yeah, you're talking about the classroom. Yeah, but over the years, yeah.
But I mean that year alone.
Tenure.
Yep, she couldn't be touched, and she knew it. Well, I'm just glad she's out of there, so I don't got to worry about our 2 grandsons because they will be attending OD. We won't have to worry about them dealing with her. They
are going OD though, right? Yeah.
And the principal used to be Autumn's 6th grade teacher. Miss Quinn. That's now the principal. The one
She
that
was
had
a
to.
good teacher. She was a good teacher.
Yes, she
Very
cried
good.
when we pulled Autumn out, but she understood why too. Remember?
Yeah, she was another one that went to bat for us. You know, when you've got 5 or 6 teachers basically saying one of their own is horrible in the meetings and everything, and the school board members are there, and the superintendent, and the county cop, saying the same thing, and the superintendent and school board are, oh no, she's a good teacher,
She had friends that were on the school board. That's why.
yeah, because her friends, because of the little farming community, her little buddies was on that school board.
Yeah, they should have the right to get a bad teacher out, especially when you're getting reports like crazy that this teacher is this way.
Very political.
Yep.
Amy nailed it. Very political.
Oh, the parent teachers organization at OD. Yeah, it was the farming community people that knew her.
Hey, look, remember when both of our high school teams, the girls, and the boys, they both made state finals that year in basketball, and they both won. They both won. We're the only state, I think, in the country that has done this, or only school in the country that has done this. Our high school girls and boys both won their state
basketball team,
state
senior.
Well, when the state finals started, they said, "Oh, tickets will go on sale. You can line up at the front door, and you come in, and you can get your tickets until they're sold out." So if everybody, all the average folk, what we called ourselves, lined up to get our tickets, oh, the school board members, family members, and
all of them got in to go first.
They was all going right by the line, coming out with handfuls of tickets and that. Oh yeah. Then the parents in the line, they got tired of that, and they just went inside and put a stop to that, and they got their tickets. That was crazy. Yeah, that school that year would have been a great YouTube content. The way that school was ran that during that.
I'm sorry, they should have had to get in line just like the rest of us did.
Yep.
We didn't even have kids on the teams, but we had watched the boys, as they call it, played hood ball in the trailer park. Remember? Neil's nephews. That's the reason we went to see the boys. And then the girls, we didn't make it to the girls. We didn't get tickets for the girls.
No, we watched that on the TV.
We didn't get to buy tickets.
We didn't really know any of the girls either.
But we knew the boys.
We knew the whole boys basketball team, though. But yeah. Pretty sure
Mama Bear,
the only school in the state that has pulled that off, or in the country.
I think Roy should say he was proud of me that day in that meeting with all of them. I didn't use any bad words. I just said this meeting's done, and they all 3 will be pulled from the school, have the paperwork ready for me the next day.
Yeah,
you can't do that. And I said, watch me.
And then the cop walked out with us, begging us, please don't pull your son out. Please don't pull your kids out, please. And he was a family friend of my family. You know, my dad and him grew up together, and he knew how I was as a parent. And he knew all that stuff she was saying wasn't true. And he went to bat for us, but he begged us, please don't pull your kids out.
I did.
For every kid they lose, the state, that's money they lost in the state. And that's all they cared about, was that money they was getting from the state.
And then I went to school. I got off work, remember, an hour early. Went in there, and the one secretary goes, "Are you sure you want to do this?" And I said, "I'm not letting my kid flunk." And we didn't mention either that Tiana was having problems with her teacher that year too.
I don't remember
that assignment notebook. Remember what she told me? It wasn't her job to make sure the kids filled them out properly.
Oh yeah, but wasn't that Purcell's buddy too, though?
She Mrs. Bridge should have retired. No.
Yeah, but her and Purcell were buddy. I do remember that.
But
you said that. But Tiana didn't have a lot of problems with her though.
Tiana wasn't a problem student.
No.
This teacher, the deal was at the end of the day, because her grade is the grade they first started doing assignment notebook. They were trying to break them in.
Gripping, fishing, exotics, howdy.
they would write down their homework in every class, and the teacher was supposed to check if it was already done and initial. If there wasn't a check mark, then that meant they had to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is her first year doing this book. She looked right at me and says, "It's not my job to do that book." School says it is. Oh, we went around. And
Yeah.
that's when BJ got involved too. Remember on that one?
Yeah,
And
the guidance counselor went to school with Becky.
we played
They were
volleyball
really
together.
good friends. You know, and she also knew how Becky was raised and that. You know, she knew how, and knew me because she was friends with my sister.
Yep. So I mean,
But
Tiana
she
was
married
having
into that clique too.
huh?
She married into that clique with them
The
AWOL
AWOL.
and
Yeah.
Pucell.
Yeah, but she was willing to stand up for us.
Yeah.
You know.
But she was an outsider.
Yeah. But so Tiana was having a bad year. Dakota was having a bad year. Out of the three kids, only Autumn was the one that was actually having a decent year. Other than the bully.
Howdy.
Oh, other than the bully girl, remember?
I don't remember none of this.
She had that one bigger girl knocking her around.
Well, let's move on to something else.
Yep. But
Enough negativity for today. That's
hey, it's 70 here today.
70.
Yep.
It's not 70 here.
Let me see.
82. It's 82. See that?
Yeah.
82 degrees.
You want to know something stupid? Our high is 74, but we're in the low to the middle 40s yet to low 50s up until Tuesday. Our low will be 63 at night. We got crazy weather here. I'm telling you.
90 degrees over there, Marana. Wow. Did it go up that fast? Let me double check. I just did this right before the live stream.
Yep.
They got the hot pocket over there with them then.
Who? Oh,
Steve
Stephen Oki. But yep.
84. We went up 2 degrees.
I have worked on my cross stitch just a little bit.
And hold on. And here's the highs. See, I lowered that down a little bit so I can see it.
Hey, it's
91 today is the high. Look at these highs though. Back in the 60s at night. The nights have been so comfortable. And 94s, mid 90s, low 90s. Not 100 degrees in sight.
What'd you do today that it's so clear that I can actually read it without having to get up close? It's not fuzzy.
The only thing I did was made this one a little taller, so I could bring the date and that down. So what behind the I number and the live.
Oh.
But you can't beat this for this time of year. I went out for an evening walk last night. I videoed it, so. But it was just comfortable. I didn't run the air conditioner a lot yesterday, or generator. I'm not running it right now. None of the dogs are panting. They're sleeping. Yeah, got fan there, and a fan in the window over there, and it's comfortable. Crystal and La Gringo, another member sneaking up in here. Howdy. Only 90 in the desert.
Only 90? Yeah, that's kind of weird.
72 where Kaylee's at, 34% humidity, bright blue sky. We got bright blue sky today too. And
it's blue here, just not very warm. I mean,
it kind of looks hazy out in the distance though.
Well, we went from the 80s now down into the 70s, so yeah.
I didn't miss anybody. Wait.
I'm trying to look.
You safe travels, you Crystal.
How many
There's
folks
probably a dozen in here that I can see when I drive around. We're fixing to we're gonna go find another spot. Yeah. Let's see. Did ours go? They even notify us sometimes. Hey, you're live. Roy and Becky Travels is live. No, we didn't get
just got notification. That's bad.
But yeah, we're gonna go scope out another spot close by. still got access to water, trash, and sewer here. And maybe, come back in a couple weeks or whatever. Who knows? Just move around. That's all we're going to do.
Yeah.
I about got Bobby all finished, organized. I got a few things I got to throw in there.
You keep saying that, but you never get her done. I got a few things I got to throw in Bobby yet. You've been saying that.
Things.
Hey, man.
But I got to watch it. Man, I'm on a Fast and Furious watching binge.
Hey, Samantha. That's my cousin on the Facebook side.
Anybody here? I'm sure you've watched the Fast and the Furious movie.
He keeps cutting me off.
No, you keep cutting me off.
I was going to ask her how she likes her new house.
Oh.
And it is commercial time before you get blabbing.
Right,
yeah, it's past time.
Right back as soon as I find it. Oh, I went the wrong way. I always go the wrong way. We'll be right back.
James.
Slow down, mama. Why you talk so mean? Good Lord, Nashville, it ain't what it seems. Got nice clothes and nice shows. Boogie down at the bar. Fiddle tunes and homemade blues, but it always goes too far. Shooting pool, crack a jack. Take off now and don't look back, but hey, don't you wanna play? Hold on, sugar, why you look so...
That's a good one. Round to it. Going. Oh. What was I talking about?
Fast and Furious.
Oh. Yeah, round to it coin I think got mixed in with the other coins. What?
You didn't see that. I went, and he went, like I gave you a wet willy. You're going to have to go back. That was funny.
I did?
I went, right there, you did that as I did that to you.
I had an itchy ear.
See? Somebody's got to give him a hard time.
What was I talking about? Oh, Fast and Furious.
Sometime
You all have watched the Fast and Furious movies, correct?
I have.
I thought I'd seen them all, but I didn't. Did you know they're not released in order? I did not know this. My son pointed it out to me, Preston. To get the full story of the Fast and the Furious, you have to watch them in chronological order. Like Tokyo Drift was the one that came out, but yet it's like the 7th or 8th one in the movie line.
Yep.
So that's what I've done. I went back and I started at the beginning, and I watched it in chronological order, and the story is finally making sense. And there's even little short movie clips that they did in between movies that they put on YouTube and other stuff that are the little bridges from one movie to the other for stories, and it was, it had a whole different meaning to watching it this time. I don't think you've ever seen
Her middle name is
those type of cars, but we call them rice burners.
Yeah.
Over here, they call them that in the movie too. I'm into the more of the big wheels in the back, little tires in the front, big motor sticking out the hood, duals out the back, V8 power. Yeah, that's what I'm into. That's a car.
See, the bad thing is our little car that we call Bobby, they would call it a sleeper car. And he's seen it when we were on these interstate. These guys would come up and their little bitty hot rods get up next to me and Bobby and gun their engine. Remember, wanting me to race. I'd have to roll the window down. What?
Somebody was with me too, and it just happened again recently, and I forget who it was.
Wasn't me, but yeah, Bobby is.
Might have been G.
Bobby could be, if we was to drop the engine and right tranny down in it, it would be considered a sleeper, wouldn't it?
No. Oh, you add stuff to the engine.
We'd have to add. Oh, it's only a little 4-cylinder. You'd want a bigger engine.
They're
than
all
that.
4 cylinders.
But yeah, they want to race. If they only knew that little car.
Yeah,
Get
so
on
now I'm
it.
up to the fate of the Fast. I only got 2 more.
Yeah.
I think 9. Well, I got to watch that Hobbs and Shaw. That's a spinoff from it because the bald guy, Dwayne Johnson,
Yeah.
him and Diesel got into it on the set for real. So now he's got his own. They don't even know if there's going to be a conclusion to this one or a second part. But yeah, he won't work with Vin Diesel no more, he says.
I love Van Diesel, but I kind
We
of
got to
lost.
watch Hobbs and Shaw, and then it goes Fast 9 and then Fast X. I got to watch it too.
So what
Pins
did you
out.
think of it, Captain Billy? He went on a Fast and Furious attraction ride.
That would have been cool. Could have wrote that. 10 is out.
Yeah. The sad thing is, I kind of lost it. I can't remember the actor's name that died. Actually died in a.
Walker.
Yeah, I kind of didn't want to watch it after him.
We went to the drive-in for that, just for that.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah, it was hard, wasn't it? Because
Yeah,
you knew he
I
was
think we both
gone.
had tears rolling down our cheeks.
Because
Yeah, they did a really good tribute to him. You know, they didn't show a picture and say Paul Walker with his years or dedicated. At the end of the movie, when it faded off of him driving off into the sunset, they put for Paul.
yep, him and Van Diesel going.
They took his
split
brother.
ways.
He died before the beach scenes. They had the movie just about done.
Hey, Georgie and Rose.
But he died before the beach scene. So the beach scene at the end of the movie, that's his brother.
Yep.
And then when Vin Diesel pulls up next to him when they leave the beach, and the camera looks over at Paul, which is Brian Connor in the movie, O'Connor. It's his brother, but they computer simulated Paul's face onto it.
He looks a lot like him,
He
but
does
he
look a
would
lot
know.
like him, though.
But he didn't want to do any more scenes other than that for his brother. Remember, he said
Yeah.
it wouldn't have been right.
Georgia and Rose, howdy. Gonna open up YouTube. Well, we got 20 minutes. I'll wait to do that.
So what's
Yeah, it was
everybody-
tragic. Paul was
Yeah.
killed, and you watch the earlier Fast and Furious movies where he's gotten out of fiery crashes, and it's in the back of your head, and it's a shame that's how you died in real life.
Yeah.
And it was he was a good actor. Good actor. But yeah, now I'm on the fate of the Fast and Furious. I started watching it last night, and then I just shut it off and went to bed. So I'm going to watch that one probably today in the heat of the day. And maybe 9, possibly 10 tonight too. I don't know.
Did you say hi to Cruising Scenes?
Cruising Scene, they sneak in here.
Yep.
Hey, Cruising Scene, howdy. Yep, there they are. But yeah, I was never. It was a good movie, but I just was never into those type of cars. They started showing up on the street around home back when I was younger and everything. Like, what the heck is that? You want go get a hot rod? You want a real car?
Yeah.
Danny D, the super supporter. Howdy.
Not so Fast and Furious. I got a story for you all. Roy has a leg.
Wait. Destination Delight, Ford Man, and Gypsy and the Vanilla Gorilla Raid. Yeah, they're
Hey
taking
guys, thanks.
Kenneth down to
North Carolina or something.
countries.
One of the Carolinas.
Yeah, they were doing a live stream driving, and they were all linked together. Okay.
You've all heard Roy about his speeding tickets, okay? The guy has a lead foot. Our youngest daughter has adapted to her dad's driving.
That's my
Let
daughter.
me tell you. Yep, Tiana, our youngest, the baby, took me to the last doctor's appointment. That girl could work in and out of the traffic like crazy. And let's just say I had my hand on the oh crap bar a couple times. But the funny thing is, when we first let her drive go-karts, I think Roy's told the story on that girl. The look on her face when they turned her loose was, yeah.
The one thing they made a drastic mistake though when they put her on that go-kart. They showed her the gas pedal. They never showed her the brake. They did not show. She had never been on one. They didn't show her. They didn't tell her, hey, when you need to stop, hit this pedal or slow down. No, they said this is the gas pedal. You hit this pedal when you want to go. She hit that pedal when she wanted to go. Darn near went around everybody in the field.
She
and
was never.
then it
never
was time for the race to be over after 5 laps. So they're waving everybody in, right? Everybody slows down, coming in, they're hitting the brakes. Not Tiana. She's full bore. I got to go to pits. Boom. Rammed everybody in the back. Nobody got hurt. But
no. But the kid said it's my fault. My fault.
Yeah. The technician immediately come running over to her and said, oh my God, this is my fault. I'm so sorry. I forgot to tell her about the brake.
She was full throttle the whole 5 laps.
Yeah, they gave all our kids free rides for a while. They felt so bad that they about killed our daughter.
But when she passed her dad, that was the biggest, evilest grin. Like that.
I didn't know she wasn't letting up.
Hey, Renee.
She'd probably been a heck of a race car driver.
The way she was working through that traffic, yeah. And then I didn't realize because when we went up there,
wild winds, howdy.
It took us up to where you start going into 4 to 5 lanes, and she looks at me and she goes, I've never been in this many lanes, and I'm thinking, oh dear God, I'm gonna die. She got us through it. But man, that girl was evil. I mean, the grin that went across her face, and I remember looking at Ryan, I'm like, I don't know if I want to be on the track with this kid.
I played around with race cars a little bit.
Yeah. I thought she had
tiny bit of it.
Wasn't it? That's all she knew was the throttle.
Yeah, that was it. Throttle and the steering wheel. That's all she needed. That's a pretty good track too. Nice road coursey and everything. And,
yeah, that was up in Michigan, wasn't it?
And it was me and Cody. It might have been Preston. One of the boys. We were battling for that spot. I don't think it was for the lead. It wasn't for the lead.
Here, that was by Ludington. Dean took us.
Yeah, we were. Yeah, Dean was out there.
You and Dean.
Oh, it was Dean. That is right.
Yeah,
it was Dean.
It was up in Ludington. We went to
on the outside on that turn that you can only pass on the inside. And that guy at that go-kart track said we had never seen anybody pass on that side over there on that turn. We get up there, and I told that guy, I said, hey, I want her go-kart next time we go out there.
Those two were used to being stuck with me and Roy because they wasn't tall enough. And that one there, they met the height requirements. So Dakota had rode go-karts before. Tiana had never been turned loose by herself. And we told them that, remember? She's never drove one.
Hey, Resident Nomad.
And oh my God, yeah. It was like the little demon come out in her. I mean, she was behind. Me and her were the last two. She flew around me like I wasn't even going. And then it was Dakota, Dean, and then you. And she flew around them, and I told Roy when we got out of there, I ain't racing with that kid no more. She don't care.
She darn near won the race.
Yep.
All right,
hey, Mobang for your bucks. Another member up in here and Resident Nomad. Howdy.
Oh, there's Mobang. Hey, Mobang.
But yeah, and she still drives that way. I said, wait till you get your first speeding ticket. You're really going to be balling. They got to get me first. And who does that sound like? Yeah.
Well, I did grow up watching the Dukes of Hazzard. I learned a lot, and I passed it on to my kids.
Yeah.
Right, Lulu?
Dakota and Tiana both have lead feet. Hi, pretty girl, Lulu.
Fix your ear. There.
But we're doing good, Resident Nomad. How you doing? But yeah.
You're panting now.
Preston learned to slow it down too after a few tickets, I think.
This is not talking. Preston learned basically racing on the computer games. I put that kid on a NASCAR racing game when he was 6 years old.
4
years old.
4. Nope.
No, Nintendo didn't come out until we were in Mishawaka with the NASCAR racing game.
PlayStation, Mishawaka.
Oh, PlayStation.
He was 4.5, almost 5. Yeah.
He was about
Autumn was 5 when he was born, honey. and he started sitting there playing then.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yep. I'm telling you, Danny D,
I've never had an accident that was my fault.
I can't do racing games. I can't do the motion.
Like racing games, kind of. I got iRacing, but it won't run on Starlink right now.
Yeah.
They got to do some stuff to get it compatible with Starlink.
Yeah.
You want to make me I should have thought of that.
Oh, shut up. I went with you with most of them.
No, actually,
See?
I don't think you were with me in any. Well, one ticket you were with me with. Yeah.
Yeah, the one where you argued with the DNR officer.
Yeah. But,
Yeah.
What time is it? We got like 14 minutes.
He talked himself into that ticket, didn't you, honey?
I guess.
Yeah. But yeah, Autumn doesn't drive that way no more. When she first started driving, the oldest girl, yeah, I thought she was going to roll my Expedition over. Remember when she took it around the curve on 2 tires?
Oh yeah.
We
Yeah,
got out and I was like almost
all the
pissed
time.
around.
I played Need for Speed all the time and Gran Turismo and Forza. Forza was probably my favorite.
Now the boys like Grand Theft Auto, Preston and Dakota.
Yeah.
They were good at it.
And a lot of NASCAR racing.
It is, Jolly.
Thank you, Jordan. That's Lulu. She oh yeah, definitely Jolly.
Well, he makes more money than she did in her 30 years.
Oh, the car soccer game. I do remember that.
Yeah.
Or I could be having it confused with that one you used to like with the ice cream truck.
Twisted Metal.
Twisted Metal.
Yeah.
That was a good game.
Demolition Derby. Yeah, until he brought the helicopter in with Magnet, and Cody would pick me up in the game.
I think Eddie's trying to say hi. Eddie's saying hi, Lulu. Oh, she wagged her tail, so she's saying hi back. Oh, look, she's waving. I did not do that. My hand was on her belly, but she raised her hand up. But when she raises her hand up, that means she actually wants her chest rubbed.
Yeah.
But she waving.
Yeah, the boys were always doing the
Now you getting up?
Grand Theft Auto. Cody played Forenza, but not very much. But Grand Theft Twisted Metal, though, Dakota is the one that would get up in the helicopter, and he would pick us up racing him, like Autumn or Tiana and me. He would pick us up so we couldn't whip on him because us 3 decided to gang up on him.
Super Mario Kart, and I played a couple times. I didn't really get into the cartoonish looking games.
I can't.
I played Mario Brothers though all the way to the end. All the way to the end, quite a few times.
Yeah. I'm trying to think what else.
I come from Pong days.
He's telling his age.
I remember playing Pong before Atari was even out.
Wait a minute. Somebody else sneak in here. Oh, Rayleigh. Hey, Rayleigh, Creative
Rayleigh's
Travel.
in here where?
Yeah, he just popped
Hey,
in.
Rayleigh, Creative Travel. Howdy.
See, I could do that one, Grand Theft Auto, because, I could crash really good into other stuff. That wasn't my problem. What was that one we used to play where we could drag race online?
Online kart racing. Boy, I'm so rusty on that.
That's
itchy, the thing, though. I can't do.
No, the drag racing game we did online.
The racing games they don't work with Starlink too well.
Yeah. Hey, Life of Lucretia. He had asteroids. Atari and a bin. That online drag race game, what was that called?
The what?
The online drag racing game we used to play.
Motor City Online. That was street racing game.
That was street racing. I could do that one. I was getting pretty good at it.
They shut that one down.
Yeah, I wish they'd bring it back.
You could cruise around a whole world. RB BFE used to play it all the time. We may have passed each other on the streets and didn't even know it. But it's a virtual world. You drove around in cars. You bought a car. You bought parts for it, souped it up. painted it, whatever you want to do.
Yep.
Classic hot rods, rice burners, whatever you wanted. Oh, that was a good game. And then they stopped supporting it and EA put all their time and effort into SimCity.
Yeah. We enjoyed that game. The kids actually had cars. I had cars.
I had a 67 Mustang that I ran around, and you could pull up into the car hops and challenge for races and stuff. Oh, that game was cool. Boy, playing pong now, he's asteroids.
Did you read? Tim said,
we got a couple of Ataris down in the basement, I think.
No, we don't.
No?
Mm-mm.
My biggest Atari game was Choplifter.
I didn't play that.
Pitfall, Zaxxon,
Frogger. The one where you go through, it had the band Journey song playing in it.
What's those ones that went and you hid behind these Space Invaders?
Yeah.
I
can't think of the one.
Night Driver with the paddles.
Yeah, but I like the one that they had the band Journey song playing in the background as your
Journey.
Book. Yep. And oh my God.
Hurry does meet the wild winds. Howdy.
Think of it. The Underworld where you had these little guns you could put up and shoot them.
We got 1 million on Pac-Man. Remember if you got 1 million on Pac-Man, you had to take a picture of your TV, and then you send it into who made Pac-Man? Was it Activision? Or no, I think you sent it to Atari. But if you read your manual when you opened up your Pac-Man game, it told you at the end if you reach 1 million points on Pac-Man, take a picture and send it to it, and we did that.
Yeah.
I love my NASCAR games. Donkey Kong, man, I played a crap load of Donkey Kong.
I played Donkey Kong a lot.
My biggest arcade game was Choplifter and Pole Position. Them were the only two I played in the arcade. If I get all them quarters back, I'd be rich.
Ooh, you can still buy some of the games.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, $126 for one? I don't think so.
Burger Time. I forgot about Burger Time.
That was a pretty fun
game. And, what was another Atari one that football? We played Atari football for a long time. Then people didn't even look like people. We broke quite a few unbreakable. Remember they came out with the big, tall, unbreakable joystick. Had a button on top. It's unbreakable joystick for Atari because those little joysticks you break them a lot. Well, my dad and my cousin Terry, they went out and bought these things. And when they come home from work, we were done playing Atari. It was Dad and Terry had to play football. So they get carried away. They get up out of their seats and they're kind of running with the football player going like this. And all of a sudden, snap, there goes joystick. So they found these unbreakable ones. Guy swore by them. Yeah, remember, you ain't going to break these. Very first night, they ended up taking them both back to the store in pieces. Read the instructions for Atari? No, I didn't. I knew how to operate it. My cousin was the one that noticed that in the back. I played pinball. I played a lot of Atari pinball. Forgot about pinball. A lot of Atari.
Yeah, Roy don't read instructions. Going green, Mom. Trust me. He sets them to the side and he just thinks he can just.
And E.T. Probably the worst game ever made for Atari. E.T.
Having a slow morning, huh? That was me yesterday, Lucretia. Did you ever watch her little short that I told you to watch? No, he did not. You got to watch it.
I will do that. You didn't think E.T. was the worst game? It got rated the worst game for Atari was E.T. This little E.T. looking thing. He'd walk around and fall
like a little blob.
Eat M&M, get out, or find it. It was crazy.
Oh.
Didn't even look like it. It was a little white dot, But hey, graphics was graphics back then. It's what we had.
What?
You're a Nintendo kid? No, I started out. I didn't have a Pong, but I had the Atari. My cousin had the Pong. In an old wooden grain box.
Come here.
Oh, and Tank. We used to play Tank all the time too.
Hey, Timmy Ray.
Of course,
But
that
yeah.
came with, it was Combat, I think was the name of it. Came with the Atari.
You watching your time?
55. I got to fire YouTube up too.
Yeah.
Duck Hunt on Nintendo. Played a lot of that. I played a
That
lot.
game made
Days
me
of
mad.
Thunder is what I played on Nintendo mostly.
Yeah.
Was Days of Thunder and Duck Hunt and
That
Mario
cut
Bros.
made me mad, so mad that dog laughed at you.
And Zelda. Played a lot of Zelda on Nintendo.
I'm not a Zelda player. My sister-in-law is. She just got the new one, and I'm not much help. So, but Zelda, I played Mario, but not Zelda. But the Duck Hunt game, that duck made me so mad. Sitting on a shelf. Yeah, I did not like Duck Hunt. It'd come up.
MTV came out.
Yeah.
I miss the arcades. There's an arcade in Chicago. You pay $15 and walk in. You can be there all day long and play all the old arcade games. They got thousands of them too. One of these days we're gonna go there. Okie
Yeah.
dokie. What do we got here?
I
Premiere
got 3 minutes. I don't know what you got.
The premiere says 2 minutes.
All right. You're in charge of that
What's up,
button.
Kimmy Ray?
Old
We
game
got our PlayStation and the white
Xbox
one,
360.
Xbox with us, but we don't use them.
I need to see if I got what I need to hook up to play the one game. Castlevania. That game made me
We
mad.
don't. We have to get a couple cables.
I don't think so.
Soon, I think we'll just get rid of these and just buy whole new systems.
I can't
the
play
new
my
latest.
Castlevania then.
Oh,
It
yeah.
won't go to the next one.
Well, I'm pretty
No.
much just going to stick in iRacing anyway once they get it going right. Premieres in 60 seconds. All right, we got to go. Raid Parade.
Have a good Friday. Have a great Memorial Day
video
coming up.
Sunset.
Remember the reason.
Filling you guys in on our plans that are pretty much
Yeah.
not changing this time.
I had to put the game up for a while because I got
All right.
mad at it.
Yo, we got to
Later,
go.
everybody. Have a good weekend.
So we'll see you over at the Raid Parade. Enjoy. I think this is another short little video, and then everybody else follows behind us. So everybody have a great day. We'll see you over there. Links pinned to the top. Later.
Real bad boy. I've got a ton of gravel in my shoes, world on my shoulder, a heart full of blues out in the dirt, down in the dirt. I've been a real bad boy on the town all night.